Okay. Versatile Vigilante, young Vince, Uncle Vinny. We got a young star in the building. Mr. Andye.
Andye Tamer.
What's going on, my guy? Cheers. I got some tea. And we got management in the building, too. Shout out to Deucey. What's going on, bro?
Chilling, bro. Just came back from the studio right now. Keep working. Making sure everybody know my name.
Hell yeah, man. I'm very excited for this conversation. I was checking your IG. You got some bangers on there. You got some, got some good stuff going on, man. So we'll start off with your song. I know that you're promoting a song that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
Actually, a couple days ago.
Even more fresh.
Yeah.
Talk about that song a little bit, bro. Talk about what's going on.
Song titled "To a Sheep" featuring No Cap Curly. The song all started just hearing a beat. And I remember this till this day. I was just talking to one of my friends, actually. I remember just writing it in my room, just dancing to it. I remember I called my manager and I was like, bro, this is one of those ones. And I just feel like it's special because it doesn't feel like I made it.
Right.
Certain songs, when an artist makes it, doesn't feel like it's his song. That's when you know something special.
I like that, bro. I've never heard it described that way.
It's really weird how I described it, but it just felt so different. That's the word, different in what I like, so...
I fuck with that, bro. I definitely want to explore that a little bit more, but I want to even start from earlier, man. What's your story, man? Where are you coming from?
So
talk about your upbringing a little bit.
Story starts from small kid, born in a small town, Scarborough, Ethiopia. That's where I'm born, Africa. Represent for all my Habesha people. But I was never, to be honest, I was never singing. Ever. I think people might think I started when I was 2, 3, maybe family orientated about music. It was just one of those. I came to Toronto when I was 8 years old, and one of my friends said, "Go listen to Chris Brown, Kiss," and then I was like, "Who's Chris Brown?" And I listened to it, and I just fell in love. Period of the whole artistry. I felt like this was meant for me, but I never really started singing till grade 11.
Okay.
Till my friend was like, "Bro, you keep saying you want to be a singer. You got to drop a track or something." And I dropped my first track, White Nap, for all the local people. You guys probably know that, but it just got good traction in the school, and then my high school just been messing with me, playing my music in the speakers while I was going to class. I did my talent shows. That's where the drive and all the passion came from.
Interesting, man. So you come to Canada, get put onto Chris Brown, and the wheels start turning.
For sure.
What do you think led you to kind of not start singing? Was there anything that you felt held you? You said it took you a few years.
Okay, because I wanted to be a basketball player. I'll say that.
There we go.
I wanted to be a basketball player, and first it was soccer player, then basketball player, but then I'm gonna keep it real. I was not, I was alright, but singing was more. I can make it for sure.
Right.
But I always knew I had the voice for it. I just needed the confidence. And songwriter came. I wrote my first song with my friend, and then everything went up from there. But I like how people believed in me. That's the biggest thing. People see the potential of who I could be, and that's why I'm here talking to you.
That's real, bro. That's a humble response too, because other people are always involved in success as well. So it's sick that you recognize that.
For sure.
Where when you came to Canada, where'd you live most of the time?
Scarborough, East End, East York, Dawes Road represent. There's not a lot of musician acts, but it's for sure I still gotta represent where I'm from and everything. That's East End, Scarborough. That's where I'm from.
Shout out Scarborough, bro. Very legendary place in the city for sure.
A lot of big artists. Weekend was down there and everything. One of my inspirations, so that's big.
Do you feel like living there kind of shaped your drive too? Did that kind of put a little bit of kick?
When it comes to my drive, that's a whole different topic. I don't think I ever had a drive that Toronto pushed. I was not influenced by Toronto for my drive. My influence came from artists like Michael, artists like Chris Brown, and just I knew I wanted to just be number one in what I do. So that's my drive. But Toronto is more of I want to represent though, because you guys took care of me, and Toronto shows a lot of love. So.
I like that you're kind of separating the music and the city,
for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. So when you first started making the music, you said grade 11. Was it instant? Was that a bug you caught, or did it?
I remember to this day to the core. Dropped the track grade 10 summertime. Grade 11, the first day of school in the cafeteria, I had everyone clapping and everything. And ever since that day, my life changed, but my high school year changed. So all the ladies. they were messing with me, you know, like
course,
all the guys
man.
were just showing me love. I could say any joke, anybody would be laughing, you know, and I just felt that guy. So yeah, it was dope.
Was there a part of you that wanted like attention that came from making music as well? Because let's be honest, bro.
I'll be honest.
To make music, make videos, you gotta be putting yourself out there. People
Yeah.
watch you. You know.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. I think I did, and I still do, just because I'm very calculated with how I'm perceived. So that obviously means I care about how people look at me. So yeah, for sure. It's not. I was not doing it for the attention. I just loved it so much. The attention came along with it, though.
Gotcha.
You know. But it was not. I don't look at it like attention. I look at it like love. Like I was receiving a lot of love, so I appreciate that because I'm all about like positivity and just taking care of my people.
I fuck with it, bro. Was that something you feel like you were raised on, even
Yeah.
back home?
For sure. With my family, with my mother, especially, and my father, it's just all about respect, you know? Treat people like how you want to get treated. So, I don't know. Throughout my whole life, I would just around positivity in the most humblest ways I could say it. I was around positivity from being close with my uncles and my cousins. So, I hope that makes sense, you know?
For sure it does, man. The strong family values,
For sure.
you see that as you grow up,
Yeah.
too. The importance of
for
it.
sure.
It teaches you respect.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I feel that. I fuck with that. Was there a bit of a culture shock coming to Canada from Ethiopia? Do you remember that for you?
Okay, so when I first came, I had a unibrow. I'm going to just say 1, 2, 3.
Swag,
I had
swag.
a unibrow. So off rip, I was different. I had a rat tail. A rat tail is like a braid up just right here. So I was obviously different. My accent was heavy. I wore like Walmart clothes, you know. So I think the way I came, I thought I was the flyest kid. Like I remember in high school, I bought Shacks.
Shout out to the
purple-
Shacks, bro.
Yeah, no, it held me down. But the purple and yellow. I remember coming to school and I thought I was that guy. And then they're like, "Boy, who does he think he is?" And I'm like, I thought it was fly though, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's definitely a culture change for me. I realized that when I first got there.
That's an interesting point, though, because even with music, with anything, if you think you're fly, you're fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you had the rat tail, you're rocking it, you're
Yeah.
fly, and I think
wish
that's
I
a
didn't,
good.
like respect. Like honestly, like I remember, like I don't want to get too deep in this, but I remember seeing a kid in the elevator who had a rat tail, and like I wish in that moment I told myself not to cut it, but I was because I was so influenced with bullying and everything, and kids like saying, "Oh, that's different," so you kind of go along with people.
Yeah.
But I wish in the moment, like now looking back, I wish I didn't remove the things that made me different.
That's real shit, bro. I think about that as a lot, because as a kid, you don't know yourself
For
as
sure,
well. You know,
for sure.
you want to do it, but you're right. You're surrounded by like peer pressure,
Yeah.
shit like that. I think having an outlet like yours of creating helps kind of eliminate that
For sure.
side. It's like, fuck it, let's rock with it, you know?
For sure. And I always just take a big part in just being yourself.
Be
Being
yourself.
happy and being yourself is probably one of the biggest things in my life that I always think about. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it later on, maybe.
Absolutely, bro. Do you feel like the music is the key to that for you?
Yeah, I'll actually give you a better example, like talking about my music. So I've been showing my team and everything, the type of music I've been making. I'm a real lover of pop, right? And I showed my team and they seen I had a real passion for pop, but I was making other type of genres. And they're like, yo, if pop makes you really happy, don't wait till the next couple of years to release it. Drop it right now. So right now, my upcoming album is about to drop probably upcoming this year, end of year, is going to be exactly what I love. I'm not going to say a genre. It's just exactly what I love.
Fuck with that. That's the only way to do it.
For sure.
If you don't like what you're doing, it's
sure.
gonna be hard to sell. You
For
know,
sure.
hard
Exactly.
to convince others. That's real, bro. I'm someone. So I was listening to your music, very fire, bro.
Yeah.
Very well produced. Well, like it sounds good. I listen to almost no R&B, so this was interesting for me to dive back into. And yo, it was nice, man. It was nice to not hear content about like shooting
No.
and guns and drugs and shit. This was like love music, and yo, I low key we grew up on that type
Yeah,
of
for
shit,
sure.
man. Even Ja Rule era shit. So I think it's kind of refreshing to hear from a young guy like let's make some R&B record. Let's make some love records, you know? I fuck with that.
For sure.
Was that always it? Like that Chris Brown, that was it for you?
I studied my peers so well that like I was not changing by how the industry was changing.
Right.
I knew there was like there's not a lot of artists, like especially in Toronto, there's not a lot of artists like me in a way of like pretty boy that could sing, dance and everything. But I wanted to show there's still someone like that, you know? That's what I love. That's what I grew up on, so why not show it? And I love the ladies, so why not make songs about the ladies? I'm really careful with cussing and everything, so I could be on the radio, you know what I'm trying to say? So
Yep.
like my music is definitely for sure like positivity, but still like involving women.
Yeah.
But just positivity, just having fun, dance. That's what I'm talking about.
That's important stuff, man. I like that you touched on is for the ladies. What do we do anything for? Mostly, you know. I think that's important, bro. I think that's important. Even just like treating a woman well, like all this type of shit. It sounds kind of funny, but it's real. Like there's so much content out there that's about degrading and like violence, shit like that. I think going back to those love songs is a big
that's
thing.
Your core fans. That's the people that's supporting you. So why not like actually appreciate them?
I say it all the time with other people. When's the last time like you as a man has bought a record, like bought music? It's mostly women, bro. Girls are the ones like paying for.
Yeah.
So really let's make music for them.
The girls that in your show screaming.
Exactly, man.
Sure.
As a guy, it's kind of sometimes awkward. I'm not supporting that guy, man. I'm not buying them shit. A girl, nah. I fuck with it. I'm buying it.
Yeah, I rate them. I rate the guys that be supporting other male singers too. I'm not. Don't act like I'm not supporting it.
Yeah, as long as you're buying it, let's get it.
Let's go.
So you start making some music grade 11. Mm-hmm. What was the next step for you? You put out a song.
So I released a track, and then I released a couple more tracks till the end of high school. I released 3 tracks in 2 years, and then it did pretty well. But then finding a management and everything. By then, I got connected to record label Warner and my other label, and then I deleted those 3 tracks because those were really amateur in the moment. It was like I was like 17 when I was making them, but. And all those tracks right now on my Spotify, Apple.
Dope.
But yeah, I just dropped those tracks, and then it kind of grew onto them. People started just catching on. Like, this kid has potential. He obviously needs to continue what he's doing to make it like stamped in people's head. Because I know Toronto is very hip hop influenced, but I know there's still space for me. There's people like me that could get through those cracks. I just need to show them how good I am, though, for them to really believe in me.
Absolutely. When you started dealing, I don't want to get too deep in your label situation, but when you started dealing with that side of thing, did that open up kind of a business mind for you?
For sure. I think that taught me. Actually, let me say this. When I was with the label, it showed me how like other artists that are like independent, it showed there's so much behind the business. When I was younger, I just thought, go to the studio, find a cover art on Google Photos, and then just drop a track. No, you go through the business of it, you'll see it's bigger than that. It's bigger than everything. And I sense through the business is very calculated. Everything is calculated. Nothing's just a mistake. Everyone already has a plan when the song drops.
It's very true, bro. It's very few things where it's just a snap of the fingers and it happens.
Not at all. All these upcoming singers do not think it's just like you drop a track and your whole life will change. And there's a lot of business going through this.
Real shit. A lot of business, a lot of time, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you feel like, did you ever have a period where it was just you? Handling everything, like putting out music, finding shows, anything like that? Like, how long after you put out the songs were you dealing with the labels and the business side of things?
Thank God I dealt with the labels really early at like 18.
Okay.
So I learned through the experience, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I learned through the experience of you gotta be passionate about what you love. If you really love it, you can't just expect the label to do everything for you. You gotta post TikToks, you gotta post covers, you gotta just literally do a lot. Don't think just because you're in a label everything is set for you. No, not at all. You still have to show your face a lot of times, to be honest.
100%, man. I asked that question because, like, at a young age, to learn about that stuff can be a huge advantage, but it could also be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I want to know, was there like a challenge with that side of things?
I think the only challenge was myself. I always told myself like your only challenge is me. I think like a tip for upcoming artists. I remember when I first got through a label. Maybe it's just how I grew up. I wasn't the best at posting, right? So what I learned is like with a label, without a label, like you gotta really pay attention to. If you really want to be big, no one's gonna help you do this. Everyone's gonna watch you, so that you gotta pay attention to what you do in post.
Real shit, man. You gotta have your own back no matter what.
For sure.
That's real, man. It's interesting. The business side is interesting because you're wearing some interesting clothes, by the way. Rolling Stones, Kiss, like two of the most global like franchises ever. It's wild to see. Like, if your music's good and the business is good,
Yeah.
you could really make
For
it
sure.
to the moon, bro.
Sure.
So
Sure.
the fact that you have an idea, like a good understanding of that already, is massive.
Like working with my team, we're really trying to make a dominant name in the city too, like OVO, EXO, and everything. Just some examples, but building from finding other upcoming artists that are super talented, finding producers, just building a whole team so we could say like, yo, like we care, you know.
Building a monster, bro.
Sure, building a team. And I know we're still young, but that's the thing. We have this advantage. We have this time right now where we have the advantage to actually do stuff and people will follow because we're still, like, you know, young and talented.
Real
so
shit.
You gotta, for sure, take advantage of your time and your height.
Exactly. Make the most out of
Yeah,
it. Because you're right, man. You're young, but age is just a number.
Age
If
is
you
a
know
number.
what you want to do, you can do it. You don't have to wait till a certain age. You do it now.
For sure.
Real shit, bro. You touched on the posting, like TikToks, IG, stuff like that. Huge part of media in general now. How you feel about that? Is that something where it's like that's like a job for me, or you actually like kind of fuck with it?
At first, TikTok, I'm not even gonna lie, when I first got told, I felt so forced. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I felt so forced of like, oh, I gotta post this. Is this good? Do I like this? But until like, I just started meeting more TikTokers. Like the guy on the track, Who Is She, that just came out. He has almost like 1 million followers, no cap curly. And I think just being around him and everything, it just showed me like TikTok is actually fun. Like you don't have to look at it like work. But that taught me that once you start looking at everything like work, that's when you might get discouraged. But when you look at things like, yo, it's fun posting, you know, people interacting with you, you'll find new fans on TikTok and everything. So yeah, I look at it like fun now. But at first, for sure, it was kind of very forced because I was so confused on what's gonna happen, how
Right.
to use it.
Because it's like a new challenge, but you know, you get good at it like anything else. You're right. Like it could turn into fun.
For sure.
That old glass half full mentality,
For
man.
sure.
Real shit. Have you done shows before?
I just did like two shows like in the past 3 weeks and everything. It's been really fun. I have this new upcoming show, Fame Fest. It's Mississauga, July 22nd, Friday. Make sure to show up if you're watching this.
Dope. Fame Fest. Let's
Yeah.
get it, Mississauga.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people. Like I think almost like 1,200 people. So it's gonna be really dope. Just showing myself. I could dance and everything. So I got rehearsals tomorrow and just showing the city like I'm coming basically.
Hell yeah.
This is my time. And I'm gonna come and I'm gonna take over everything.
From your very first performance to your most recent performance, have you seen growth in your stage presence in the overall experience?
Yeah, for sure. I remember like I was so nervous for my first show because it was so intimate, and but now I'm kind of expecting myself to do so well, in a way of like because I'm what's that word? I prepared for it.
Yeah.
Mentally, I practice a lot and everything. So and sometimes I'll go in my room. I'm pretty sure any artist, not even upcoming, any artist did this. They go in their room and close their eyes and act like they're performing. So there's something like when as soon as I'm about to perform, it's just like a switch and then my alter ego comes out that I just don't care. I'm here to perform, make sure everyone has fun. So I did see a lot of growth in me, and that's why people have to come out to the shows to see that.
Hell yeah, man. The live energy is unmatched. Like you
sure.
gotta that I think to get a real experience of an artist go to the show. So
Sure.
definitely July 22nd.
July 22nd, make sure
Let's
to-
get it, man. Where is that? Square One?
Where is that?
Celebration Square, man, right outside Square One. That'll be a sick venue. Fire, bro. We're coming off a pretty crazy time in history, bro. About 2 years where very little events going on,
Yeah.
very little ability to go out. How did that go for you? What was your kind of strategy throughout the last couple years?
So like with Who's She, I haven't dropped a track in 2 years. So like this track that I just dropped is like a recent one that I've been working for a minute. But I think with COVID, I think it's just as a human being, it kind of slowed us all down in a way. Of it kind of changed us a little bit. So I know people's awareness was not that involved with everything. So I didn't drop any music, but I was focusing on myself to learn and to see what I like and how I can progress. So. To be honest, I feel like the timing of everything is perfect right now. I would not want it to change any other way.
I fuck with that because I asked that question too because it's like, yeah, you're not able to do certain things, but you can do other things, and I think that's a good lesson for anybody. Like, just try to do something positive, try to get something going. You know, real shit, bro. So, what do you kind of listen to right now to get you in the zone for?
Okay, so me. I treat listening to music, like in a professional way, in a way of like, whatever I listen to is whatever I'm being influenced by. So, I used to listen to a lot of R&B when I used to make a lot of R&B.
Yeah.
Now I listen to a lot of pop. Whether it's Weeknd, Michael Jackson, little Chris Brown pop, Shawn Mendes. You know, I listen to all these guys to really be influenced so I could get in the zone. So that's what I've been listening to, those artists.
Got you. What do you think it is about the pop that you like so much?
For sure, the dancing, the funk of the dance, that boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
Like that feel just brings pure happiness, and I think that relates back to what I love to do is just being happy. So, you know, there's like a reason why I love pop. I don't think it's just because it sounds cool. It sounds nice. I think it really technically makes me happy and just want to dance. And I want to, the same reason how I love Michael and Chris is the same reason why I want to do it too. But I love R&B too. I don't want to come off like I won't drop any R&Bs.
I fuck with that. Mm-hmm. Do you listen to, like, if a fan comments, like, I want more of this, will you listen to that? Or are you someone that it's got to be what I want to do?
I mean, I'll listen to them. I'll pay attention for sure. Like if they let's say like they liked Who Is She, my last single, this recent single, I'm for sure gonna keep on working more. It's whatever like makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
If it makes sense and everyone likes it, why not? You know, I like because most times if I'm recording it, I somehow have to like the record. You know, I'm not gonna record something just to record it. You know, so I will for sure listen. They're the people that buy your music and listen. You know, those are my fans, so why not listen to them?
Real shit, man. I think as an artist, you gotta be kind of stubborn. Like, I gotta do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. But if the people are saying something, like you said,
it happens when, like, let's say, like, I started with like an R&B album, mm-hmm. and I just want to go into pop. Then you're confusing your fans because your core fans are R&B. Then you know what I'm trying to say? But there's for sure ways on how to transition slowly into pop or slowly into R&B for sure.
Absolutely, bro. Is there anyone's career, not quite the music, but like their career trajectory that you kind of look at as like an example for yourself?
I'm not trying to sound cliche saying this.
Say it, bro.
Michael. Like, let me tell you, I'll actually say it, not because he's number one. Me, I don't want no tattoos.
Okay.
I don't like to swear in my music. No drinking or smoking. Big on influencing the youth. It's just those are small things that Michael represented. That to the core, I'm not acting like because I think it's cool. Like that's what I go off with. Looking at myself from a young kid in Ethiopia, I want to inspire the same reason why Chris Brown inspired me is the same reason why I do it. You know?
Yeah. I
want to inspire these upcoming kids to be like, yo, if Andye could do it. Like I remember someone on Instagram texted me yesterday. They're like, I'm just so proud of what you've done, and I love that you're Habesha and everything, but one day we're going to start saying Andye after the weekend too, and that literally touched me so much because that's what matters. It's all about the people.
100%, bro. A little deeper topic, but like Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, both legends for sure, mm-hmm. but both have had their controversies. Mm-hmm. You ever think about that? Like, fuck, what if something happens, like dealing with like issues like that? Does that ever cross your mind? Not thinking about negative possibilities, but
for sure.
Eyes are on you now.
I think for that though, you just need a strong team. Yeah. Really family. Like I really listen to people that I love, so my family and my team. I think as long as you have your close people around you, like look at OVO, look at Drake. He has his closest people around him. He doesn't get in stupid stuff, right? Yeah. So you don't see him in a lot of controversy in a negative way. If anything, it's all about his music, and that's what it's supposed to be about. So I for sure, it might happen. It's life, you know. I'm a perspective thinker, but as long as I have my people and my team, I don't think it's gonna happen a lot, if anything.
I think that's a good answer, man, because you're right. Having a strong team around you that sometimes blocks out that bullshit for you is huge, man. Lets you focus on what you need to do.
For sure.
Real shit, bro. So how's the summer been for you, man? What's the vibes?
Outside. I've been
Let's
outside.
go.
You know,
back outside.
Yeah, going to the beach, kicking up. I'm very I just been going out and chilling. You know, there's whenever I have my free time when it's not focused on music, I just like to kick it in with their friends. Let's go watch the movies. Let's go get food. Let's just small chill things that make me create memories.
I like that, bro. Do you use that in your music too?
Yeah, I'm very if you really pay attention to my music, sometimes it's actually not even about me. I'm actually going off my friends' stories. You know, like my next single, She's Out of Love, if it's my next single, but my next single, I wrote about my best friend. She was in a relationship, it was toxic, and I had to write about it. And those are stuff you could write when you're just going out.
Real shit, man. That's smart too. You're using real life examples that could become a great song for you. Writing has always been a part of you as well.
For sure. I definitely want to be in lock with my deep writing though.
Yeah.
I definitely like Adele. Like when you listen to her music, it gives you goosebumps. She's talking about something that you feel like you've been through, but explains it really well. I want to do the same thing.
Right.
So that's probably my future music. But right now, I'm just talking about just what makes me happy. You know, dancing, girls, all this.
I fuck with that, man. Do you think you will get it? And you already are. The recent song is very personal, but I was gonna ask, do you ever feel like you'll really put your personal life out there in the music? Like you feel
For
like
sure.
you'll do that?
There's actually this one record called "Walking Through the River." It's coming out hopefully this year or next year. But I wrote that about a person I was just talking to in a situation with, and that to everyone I showed is my best song ever, and that just proved me like when you get personal, sometimes it will relate to the people in a really close way.
That vulnerability and that soul is like something even as a listener you can hear that, you know. Sure. And credits to you, bro. That's not an easy thing, you know, because you're talking about real shit, you know. So putting it out there takes some balls, but it also can be a banger.
It is a banger.
Hell yeah, man. I fuck with that. How old are you, bro?
I just turned 22.
Holy fuck, man! I talk to a lot of artists in the city, and there's so much like young talent. Yeah. I love to see it, bro. Do you feel like there's a bit of a community in Toronto that you're starting to see in terms of young creatives? We were talking about you're part of like the remix program, stuff like that. Do you feel like there's a sense of community, or you feel like, you know what?
There's a sense of community, and it's growing too.
Yeah.
You know, especially in my field of R&B and pop, there's obviously it's not a huge community like the hip hop scene. In the hip hop scene, you can see some dominant artists in there in Toronto, but my scene, at least, it's growing and it's really supportive. Everyone here is just trying to win together, so it's positive, to be honest. It's growing though. That's my answer. It's growing.
I agree, man, and I ask that too because it's inspiring for me, like to see young guys doing their thing, putting themselves out there, really working, like yourself, professional about it. I love to see it, man, because a lot of people at 22 are not serious about their life, bro, which is kind of crazy to think about. But to see you're really putting in groundwork to get where you want to be is amazing to see.
I appreciate that.
Is there people in your life? Of course, we got management here today, but are there people in your life that kind of keep you on track, or you feel like you do a pretty good job of doing that yourself?
Oh no, I'm for sure like I'll say like my management, like Ducey, he's really good at keeping me on track with just focusing. He'll remind me. He's never scared to check me and everything. My mother, she's just she puts like she puts me in a world where like I could be happy and do myself. Like if you guys seen the Kanye documentary, Jesus or Genius, there's a scene where his mom and him were rapping together. Bro, that's literally how me and my mom are. She's so supportive that like it inspires me. Like I haven't met anyone as supportive as that. My dad, he'll always just keep me hungry. My sister, she'll always be on my case, but you know, she'll keep me humble. She won't let me I could get anything. She'd be like, okay, but this person has this though. Or like you know what I'm trying to say? So and my friends we have so much fun, we don't talk about music. You know?
Right.
Those are the people that to me just keeps me, and I'm not even a natural like show off person. I'm just the type of person I just want to do music, but when I'm with my friends I don't want to talk about music. Let's just kick it. And I think that humbles me and that kind of keeps me motivated.
I feel that, man, because you're a person first. At the end of the day, you got your personal life, you got your friends, family. Let's enjoy that. Music's a part of it. Absolutely. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah. I think that's healthy too, man.
Sure.
Because I think that like starving artist mentality sometimes, where it's like it's all about the art, all about the music, it could be dangerous too.
No, it is. Don't get it messed up. I want to be number one.
Yeah.
I want to be the greatest. Like I'm not saying it in a way of like, oh, I want to be. No, I really want to be number one. I'm still forever hungry. But I think one thing I like about myself, if I can talk about myself, is how to just continue being grounded with the people I respect.
Yeah.
I really listen. I love asking questions, and I like to listen to people I actually like. Feel like they'll do the best for me, or they'll think the best for me.
Real shit, man. That's very valuable because there's people have been doing their thing that you could learn from, you know. Is there any, we're doing an interview right now, are there any like podcasts, interviews, artists that you like to listen to talk more than even their music? Or
Chris Brown, for sure. I like how honest he is, and I think that's one of those traits I like to put on myself. Whenever I talk, At least this is me. So if you guys hear me right now, this is me in real life talking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like an artist talking. This is me in real life. I like how Michael keeps it very professional and straight to the point of his music. There's not a lot of distractions in this conversation.
Right.
I like that. I pay attention to that. But podcast, I don't. Maybe like. That's a hard question. I might have to get to you later on off camera. We got to talk and research more about that.
I got you, bro. No, that's interesting, man. I love the consistency, though. Like, Chris Brown's your guy.
Yeah.
Rep. I love that, man. He's done some acting, too. Is that something that
you... I want to be on the screen. Damn, I want to... Literally, like, I hope I could look at this in the future, like, 10 years from now. Like, I want to do everything. I really want to look at myself and be like, yo, you literally became great. That's how I want to look at myself. So most of the things, modeling, acting, obviously singing, just anything, like having your own TV show, if anything, directing movies, directing music videos. I want to do all of it. I have a passion for it. It's because it looks fun.
Yeah.
You know, it looks really fun. I don't look at it like it's hard work. Even though it could be hard work, if you look at life as fun, nothing is hard work, to be honest.
Very well said, bro. And it's... You never know. If you put limits on yourself, you never know what you might have been able to achieve. Sure. I think that's a great way to be, bro. I want to do this, and this. Like, let's get it. Why not? Why not think that way?
For sure, you should.
Hell yeah, bro. What kind of a movie star do you think you'd be, bro? What kind of a role would you like
Marvel.
to play?
I'm gonna say that in the future. I love Marvel, but I don't mind. I don't mind being like in a romantic movie too.
See that?
You know, I'm an R&B singer for the ladies, so why not? I don't know. It's very like I don't know who I'm gonna be in the future. You know? I might grow up. I'm kind of sometimes I'll be goofy and everything. So like I might grow into a really mature person too. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm not mature, but you know, maybe an action movie. I don't know. But really, like it's either comedy or romantic movie that I could see myself doing.
Got you. I could see that too, bro. I could see that for sure. So. For all the ladies out there, talk a little bit about that part of your life, bro. Are you someone that's looking for a relationship? Are you in a relationship? Are you just running wild? You doing your thing?
I'm single, and I am looking for someone that, not just to say I'm looking for someone, but someone that could grow with me, to be honest.
Right.
I'm not going to go just get a girlfriend just to get a girlfriend. I definitely want someone that can inspire me, someone that I could look at them and say they have something going for themselves too. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. I am not just trying to cuff anyone just because I want to be cuffed. No.
Real shit, man. That's a great way to put it because the woman that you're with represents you as well. Sure. So if she's being a bum, it negatively affects you.
I pay attention. I'm telling you guys, I'm really calculated. I'm really calculating on how I want my life and the person I'm with to look like, and I'm really calculated with all that.
I feel you, bro. You feel like it's good to be picky in those situations? Because I feel like, I'm picky with who I surround myself with, and I'm happy about that. You know, do you feel that way as well?
I'm picky with my food.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm picky with everything. Like, if it does not make me happy or if I feel like I'm forcing anything, I am not doing it. I get uncomfortable. I feel like I think the word is just I'm forcing myself. And whenever I force myself, going back to the original topic, I'm not happy. And if I'm not happy, I don't want to do it.
Real shit.
If I'm not happy, I'm not doing it.
I fuck with that motto, bro. Because there's times when you'll be uncomfortable, but you want to try it.
Yeah,
and that's different. When you're uncomfortable because it's something you don't really want to do, it's a terrible feeling.
When you keep trying for something that is not working, maybe because that person just doesn't want you or don't look at you like that. Like, why are you trying? I know it hurts you looking at those messages, double texting that person. It's going to hurt. Why are you doing it, you know?
Real shit, man. I relate to what you're saying because I see a lot of people I think get nervous to like maybe be on their own and then they're with someone that might not be the best fit for them. So to hear someone like yourself say, I'm gonna be picky with who I have around me, you know, I think that's valuable.
I'm a young boy. Like right now, like I'm supposed to be focusing, but if someone could come into my life and we can empower each other, why not? I'm down for whatever, as long as it just makes sense though, to be honest.
Real shit, bro. It's got to make sense. Got to add up.
Make sense. I'm not forcing anything. I don't want to be in a situation where, one, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to hurt the other person, and I don't want to waste time. I have friends that like been in 4-year, 5-year relationships, and they break up, and watching that scares me because like why didn't it work and everything, but maybe because they're forcing themselves to be in that situation. So that's something I don't want to be in.
Real shit, man. That's very, very true. Because it's very rare where you just like snap your fingers, you break up. It's usually over time.
Yeah.
Shit gets worse and worse. I fuck with that, man. That's a very mature way of looking at things. So what's your goals? Let's say short term goals, like even for the summer. Like, what you have anything planned that you want to knock out?
I'll be very honest. I think short-term growth is for sure getting the attention of my city first, making sure I'm one of those dominant sounds, as I said, with hip hop. Like, I create a sound of like, yeah, we got like Doovie's one of them. You know, like Doovie. Oh yeah, you got Andye. You know, I definitely want to be. That's probably one of my short-term goals around me locally, and for sure growing the local fan base, growing my interactions with social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, all that, and yeah, showing myself more is probably my a short-term goal.
Love it. You pay attention to Toronto scene. You mentioned Doovie a little bit. Is you tapped in?
It's one of those, like, you know, you go to parties, you'll pay attention. I'm still young, so like when I go out, my friends will listen to it, so you know you'll pay attention. But I'm not paying attention to it though, to the point where like I have a favorite. I find music interesting, so I'll listen to all of it. But you know.
Got you. That's good to be, because you might hear some type of sound that you like.
Yeah. You might want to do features and everything. So yeah, I tap in here and there and everything though.
I like that. It's good to have the open mind too, bro. Mm-hmm. You never know.
Yeah.
If someone hits you for a feature, what's your requirements? Like, if they're cool, you're down, or does music have to really hit? What's your?
I'm one of those people, like, especially if you know me in real life, I'm very talent wise, like that has to be a requirement.
Right.
I really must like the song. Like, if I don't, then it'll feel like a promotion song where I'm just using it for views or whatever. So, good. It depends. If it's just to make music, I can make music. I don't need to know you. If I respect your music, I like your music, and it makes sense with my music, why not? Yeah, actually, that's my answer actually for that question.
I like that. That's music and business all in one.
Business and music. If it makes sense, yeah.
Real shit, man. You ever performed outside of the city?
No. I'm going to. But
it's going to be sick.
No, it is. Because all producers, people tell me, yo, Andye, if you go to the States, they'll eat you up. Like, your sound's for the States. And I think it is too. Like, you know, but I know Toronto is developing, and I could come in quick and take over that too before I go to the States. Like artists like Weeknd and all of them, they took over with the House of Balloons. And all
Absolutely. That. You're right, bro. Because the city is flooded with talent. And if you could find your lane, let the music free speak for itself.
I realize that if you're talented, I think I seen Jake say this morning. Like, yo, as long as, like, it's cliche to just say you're talented, but if you make dope music and your brand is dope overall, people will catch on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it might take a little time, it might take really short, but people will catch on because people love good music. They always want to find the next talent.
Very, very true. Yeah. Very, very true. It always rises to the top, and it's exactly what you said before, with a good team, strong work ethic, only a matter of time. Yeah. Real shit, bro. You ever been back to Ethiopia since you originally moved?
I've been there 2 times, and I know this next one when I'm gonna go, it's gonna be crazy, because all those times when I was like 14, never went to no parties, always just playing basketball. Now when I go, oh my, that's gonna be crazy. I have a lot of supporters in Ethiopia. Like, I have a lot of Habesha supporters. When they be telling me, when you gonna come to Ethiopia? So when I come, I'm literally gonna post and making sure everyone knows I'm going there. Cause I might do some club appearances. I'm gonna do shows down there. I'm gonna just do a lot. It's gonna be big, and family's there. All my family's there too. So
sick.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be really fun.
I'm excited for you to go, because I know you'll kill it out there, bro. I could picture you coming back with like some real inspiration from out there.
Sure. And I actually want to, since you said inspiration, I really want to start involving Ethiopian or Habesha instruments in my music.
Dope.
Like, you know, yeah, I really want to involve that, since you just brought up being inspired coming back from there.
I think I saw you post something about that too, on a story, something about Habesha. I was lurking the stories today, by the way, and it looked like you had a studio set up.
Studio.
It was just. I'll show you after.
Maybe you might.
I'll show you after, because I'm pretty sure you said that word in it. I'm like, okay, Habesha.
Yeah.
What's the recording process for you like?
Recording process, in the words of Rich Beats, a lot of layers. A lot of takes. Like, I'm a perfectionist.
Okay.
So you could if you're in the studio, you could be like, oh, that sounds good. No, it needs to sound exactly the way I need it to be. Yeah, it's a lot of takes in a way of like I just want it to be perfect. But my friends would be like, "Yo, it's the quickest thing ever." But like, it's like I still need it to be really detailed and really good quality at least, just so when I show people, like, "Ah, cool." So a lot of layers. Yeah, I
Would
answered that.
you say you're hands on?
Very. Oh my God, I need to be involved with everything. I can't. Me not being involved hurts me actually.
Yeah.
Because when someone does something that even if it's good and you didn't tell me, I feel uncomfortable. Because I'm like, you should have told me. Because I just like to be involved with everything. But I don't restrict anyone to like. I'm not saying let me take over it. I just need to be involved though.
Got you. Is there ever a situation where, so like, let's say your producer gives you feedback on a song and you don't agree with it, or are you typically like in agreement most of the time?
Oh no, with me, if you're in the studio, that means I respect your words. First of all, it's not even about the producers in life. Everyone could give you opinions. That doesn't mean they're right or wrong though. I'll take it in. We'll try it, and if it sounds good, it sounds good. If it doesn't make the track better, then no. It's simple. I don't need to sound mature to answer that. It's just I will take in what you're saying though. If that's the question you're asking.
Absolutely, that's a good way to be too. Because hey, there could be something in there that you can take.
I remember like walking through the river. One of my friends like, yo, at the last word, say it with a little bit of grit. You know how Michael Jackson says it. Say it more like that. And I did it, and it sounded really good. So like, I'm for sure a listener. I just like asking questions and listening to me. To be honest,
it's a good thing to be, man.
Yeah.
Learning, you're never done learning.
Yeah, for sure.
And those little like, I guess you could kind of call that an ad lib, but that some of those things make the song so
for
much
sure,
more,
it
man.
does.
Some classics where they're just little sounds in there. I love that. So you're full time into music, all in. Has that been the case since like high school, or is that a recent thing for you?
In what case are you saying like me? I always knew, especially after high school, it's just music. Nothing came around it. I didn't get that doubt too throughout people. I didn't feel like I didn't even doubt myself. I just knew it was just time will tell, but something's gonna happen as long as I actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Because I always told myself I'm the only reason why I'm not coming up. Nothing can stop me. I believe in myself. I really think I'm gonna be one of the best. Like, period.
I fuck with it, bro. Is there something that you would say to maybe like a 17-year-old kid, 16-year-old kid that's thinking about putting out a song, thinking about, putting themselves out there? Is there a piece of advice that you would give to a...
Okay, so there's like a two-way answer. I'm gonna say one about the business, but I'm gonna say one about the music. Like, no business, you just started. So I'll say, give a tip, if I could even say this to myself. First, you don't have to note it down, but note it down mentally. Who are your inspirations? Who are the type of artists you wanna, if you release music, I want it to be like this, right? See how they write. See how, like, lyrics-wise, do they talk about deep stuff? Is that the type of music you want to talk about? That too. What else? Make sure, production-wise, it's quality. You know when something is good, Yeah. I know, like, when you're, like, it's a good way to actually practice is searching up type beats on YouTube. Search up good type beats, you'll know when something is professional. And literally just record, and by the time you'll find your sound. But the biggest thing, probably just, it's time, I know you're hard on yourself. You probably be hard on yourself, especially if people are always trying to give you an opinion about it, but be passionate. Passion is the only reason till this day it still drives me, because I'm super happy about this. But with the business part of it, any situation, make sure you read over your contract. Make sure you're asking people opinions. Make sure you create a good team, whether it's even starting with your friends. Have people like, that's only the business side of it. But if you're 17, me, I started 17, I went straight into the business, so that's why I'm only bringing up the business. But just be aware of everything. But for real, overall, just as long as you're passionate, literally you could be anything, to be honest. My mom, my dad made me believe in that from a young age.
It's a good lesson, bro. And I asked you that because you're still a young guy, but you've already accomplished a lot. So someone watching this, they might see like, oh, okay.
That's crazy. I look at life like, damn, there's probably some kid watching this right now. It's like, damn, look at him when he was a young boy doing this. So,
you never know, right?
Yeah, I do this. I study so much interviews. So like, I look at them like, wow, like, they were 17 doing this. So like, I don't know, it's cool. It's cool. I really like
It is cool, man. I mean, all that shit, interviews, old music, old videos. It's kind of like a time capsule too. You know, see where you were, how you've grown. It's definitely dope to see.
For sure.
Fuck with it, bro. Little fun questions for you. What's like a favorite summer spot for you?
Damn, you put me on the spot.
Put you on the spot.
Okay, but we need to talk about topics. What are we talking about?
Let's
Food?
do. Okay, let's do food. Let's do. What's your favorite
Food.
summertime food? Like you might see a food truck outside. You might hop at a burger place.
Food is hard. Burger? You bring a burger? Oh no,
Sure.
Chick-fil-A. Period.
Chick-fil-A, okay. There we go.
Dipping sauce. Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Chick-fil-A you make the nuggets. Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
We need that Chick-fil-A sponsorship,
in the
bro.
future, you know, hit me up. What was it? Chick-fil-A is for sure food-wise. That's my spot. What else? What topics-wise?
Favorite like summer spot. Like, are you a beach guy or are you a
I like
parks
the beach,
guy?
but I'm a very big movies guy.
Movies guy. Okay.
Like I love going to the movies. Like that's all I do. If anything, at some point I just actually watch all the movies. Like I tell my friends, let's go every day. Like just because that's my free time. You know, I just want to have fun and make sure I use my time before everything gets too serious. You know, so movies. Just kicking it with the friends, going to McDonald's. Let's just kick up and park up. You know, let's talk about high school days. Let's talk about when we were young.
Just a good vibe.
The good vibes, memories. That's all I care about. I actually just started doing this more, but going to cottages with your friend is really dope. Actually, it just Lakeview and everything, and close people is just creating memories. Yeah,
Clears your mind a bit too, right?
Sure.
Weather's a little bit more clean, less people, less noise. I fuck with that too.
I used to be like the type of guy that always wanted to go out until recently I started realizing like you don't need to meet a million people. You can be with your close friend, do a million things though, you know?
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I looked at it like that, like I just gotta make sure who are my close people that personally, like we all have like our people that make us ourselves. You need more people like that around you.
Yep.
You know, because sometimes you go around people, you get nervous and all that. So as long as your people are there, yeah.
Exactly. Your people, the right
My
kind of
people, the
people.
right people.
Absolutely, bro. Has there been like a main challenge that you've dealt with since you've been making music? Is there something that happened where it's like, all right, this happened, let's grow from it?
That is, being honest again, that is posting. I think, but we need to go deeper than that. Why it affected me, you know? It didn't affect me because I didn't want to. I think growing up in the high school, you know, like dropping music and showing yourself like photo shoots and all that. You're in Toronto, you know. Your friends like, boy, you think you're a pretty boy, you know what I'm trying to say? So like that was like the battle that you're battling, not to come off too corny.
Yep.
Because you know, in the beginning, your friends are following you first. Your fans are not following you. Once your fan follows you, can do whatever you want. But your friends, so that was probably the biggest battle of not caring about what people think. But everything else, I was so happy doing it that didn't really matter. But not caring and posting was my biggest. And I'm still going. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good, obviously. But like, that's still the biggest growing thing, to be honest.
That's a great point, man. Because that's true. It's like you could be the most confident person in the world, but when you're really putting yourself out there, you're vulnerable.
For sure.
So dealing with criticism or even like jokes and shit, it is tough. But I'm glad that you said like, grow from it. Like fuck it.
For sure.
I rate it, bro. I respect it. Anything else you want to share? We're coming up on almost an hour here. Is there anything that you wanted to cover today? Anything that you wanted to share about yourself?
I think first off, for everyone to make sure they get to stream Who Is She.
Who Is She?
Spotify,
Banger, bro.
Apple featuring me, No Cap Curly. It's gonna be big. We're dropping the video near like this upcoming 2 weeks and everything. So that's the first thing I do, and the second thing like it's gonna be dope. Hopefully like I don't know. Hopefully I can look at this in 10 years and just be like, you know, I'm happy like that I'm growing and I'm that guy, to be honest. But those are probably the two things.
I love it, bro. Nah, you will be, man. I really enjoyed this conversation. And also, before I forget, Who Is She gave me some Usher vibes, bro.
Like what song?
Do you remember the song Climax?
Really?
Not how it sounds, but the kind of the power of it. Like it banged.
The tone.
Like bro, Climax and shit is like a R&B love song, but you can play that like as a banger. And yours, I felt like too, like yo, that shit it banged. Like
Thank
it had like soul, like not soul, but like it did have soul, but some
I know what
bass
you
to
mean.
it.
I
You
think-
know,
I
like
think
some
the
knock.
objective of who is she, why I'm so happy about it is like you can play this around the girls, you can play this
Yeah.
around the homies.
It's a good
It
song,
has
bro.
that good 808 in the back where you can just kick up with your bros and bump to it, and especially with the feature, it builds that hip hop like feeling. But again,
Exactly.
what I'm saying, the way I'm singing it you can listen to it around the girls. So I'm really just proud of the record, to be honest.
No, it's a great song, bro. I told you I don't listen to that type of music too often, and I liked it. So you're on a good thing, man. I fuck with it. But Andye, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming in.
Yeah.
Do see the manager setting
Yeah.
this up. Shout out to you, bro. Plug your socials. Plug all
Yeah,
your
you
all
can
your
find
shit.
me at Andye Tamer, ANDYETAMER on Instagram, TikTok. All my usernames are all the same, Twitter, Facebook. So hit me up on that. Show me love. All that. I got great music coming out just now too.
Fire, bro. Follow the homie. Follow Versatile Vigilante. This interview gonna set records out here, man. Let's get it. Versatile Vigilante, Andye. Let's go.
Thank you. That was dope. That was really
Fire.
dope.